But my question is, what's the end? Let's say you reach a certain level. That is like the power 10 level. I don't know what's the end level is. What is that you want after that?
The whole thing you should want is just to be happy that your family is safe, your friends are safe, you got money where you can take care of yourself, you can do what you want to do without harming somebody else. You should be on that type of level.
Hey, what's going on? Before we dive into this episode, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
What if one company could revolutionize roofing, automotive, hospitality, and robotics all at once? RenQuest Industries, 7 companies, one vision. We build the AI, the software, the robots, and the platforms that power entire industries. From Storm Buddy for roofers to Dealer IQ for dealerships. From Toth Shield protecting homes to RenQuest Robotics transforming hospitality. We don't follow the future, we build it. RenQuest Industries. The future is here. Visit rqind.com.
All right, y'all saw the game last night?
Yeah, we saw that. Bio the other night, 83 points was crazy. But that kind of hurt my feelings because, when I saw it come over, I'm like, 83 points. There goes Kobe's record. But then when you see how it all went down, then that kind of, but 83 is 83. I dare anybody try to score 83 in the NBA. Hell, do it in college. Right? So they still got to give them kudos.
You do. But I mean, how you think people are going to take it?
Well, they're taking it. Everybody's having their breakdowns. Everybody, of course, is going to be existential on it. So they're going to just break it down to every detail. So they're going to look at, he had 43 free throws, something real crazy.
Yeah,
so
he made 36 out of 43.
Yeah. So, I mean, that in itself,
But what
Go ahead.
What I think is, if you look at it years from now in the record books, and you got kids who have been born today, and they go back and look at the record books, they ain't going to know how he got to 83. All they're going to see is he got 83 points. He was behind Will Chamberlain. Then it was Kobe and Jordan. Yeah. Unless they go back and do their research on how he got.
Yeah, but for right now, the hype in itself, of course, later down the line, people don't care about the details. This story is going to change so many different ways. But I think one of the things they got mad about was the way that, the Heat were up and they were still doing it, fouling people so they felt like it was kind of cheap on how they did it, which, I understand, but at the same time, you have a team that's tanking, that's trying to lose because if they want the better spot. So,
yeah, I'm like, man, they should have been playing defense. I was going to be remembered that somebody scored 83 points on my team, and the only way they did that, we didn't do defense.
That part.
So, yeah.
And then you got what, March Madness 6 in the pop up.
Yeah.
College. Baby, it's that time of the year.
Yeah.
It's that time of the year, and I can't wait. Cause I want to see how far my bracket can go this year. You play the brackets?
Not really, no.
Your job should let y'all do the brackets, though, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Most companies, when they have a lot of employees, that do like a bracket challenge or whatnot. You guys don't?
If it considered gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then there's that. Well, I mean,
So,
it's crazy as it seems, but every place, we've always been at dealerships. So when we were at dealerships and stuff, we always did the brackets. I'm talking about they played it hard back. Berkshire.
They offer millions.
Berkshire put $1 million up. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's crazy.
So folks out here in a dealership playing brackets and betting on teams.
Well, they're not really betting because you don't place a bet
on the teams. You're just betting on if your team is going to make it, how far they're going to make it in the bracket. Yeah. It's not about wins and losses. Well, if your team loses, that bracket is busted. So you're trying to see how far you can take it from point A to point Z. You know what I'm saying?
They just offer a prize. That's all. You're not gambling. You're just playing the odds, but they offer the prize. So it's not like you betting against them. Either you win or you don't.
Right now, you got Tennessee playing Vanderbilt right now. It's first quarter.
This is like
29-31.
The conferences, though, right?
Yeah, this is the SEC tournament quarterfinal.
Right. So this is the conference.
Yeah.
So the March Madness starts when? Next, is it Monday or Thursday?
Don't give me that. I think it's next. Yeah. Next Monday or Monday after. You double check. I think it is next Monday because the tournament goes, man. Wow. So they're sending Tua. So Tua's going to be over there with it, going as a job for Atlanta. I thought he was going to retire.
Tua.
The quarterback, yeah.
He's trying to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, matter of fact, they got him in Phoenix going as
Phoenix.
No, it's Phoenix. It's no feet. It's no H.
Oh, no. I thought they
Phoenix.
said Phoenix.
No, it's Phoenix.
Okay.
But yeah, start going after the starting job. So now, I think last year, when Atlanta, that's all. The line, how was the line last year? How did the line?
Atlanta. It's all right.
I mean,
they started putting up some numbers.
I'll tell you what, let's ask Dave. We're here. Let's ask Dave.
No.
Hold on. Hey, Dave, you there?
And ready to chat. What's on your mind?
Hey, how was Atlanta Falcons' offensive line last year?
And replacement Elijah Wilson, allowing 5 sacks. There were also signs of decline in run blocking from Jake Matthews, showing the line is still solid but may need reinforcement going forward.
Okay.
Isn't it cool that AI just know everything, all the detail of what happened?
We don't like to call him that. We call him Dave. Isn't that right, Dave? We don't refer to you as a thing. You're Dave.
Exactly. I'm just Dave.
So this AI got a personality now.
Then there's that. See how he refers to you as a, this is the children of the day. I apologize, Dave. He's being rude.
It's here to help and keep things smooth for both of you.
So tell me something. Since we're having a debate here, since Tua Tagovailoa, I can't never say his last name. He's competing with Penix over there at the Atlanta Falcons. Do you think it's a good fit for him? What do you think? Just based upon his numbers, you got all his numbers, Dave. So tell us, what do you think?
Tua Tagovailoa is considered a reasonable fit for the Falcons. He's on a low-cost, short-term deal and brings veteran experience to their style, aligns with Atlanta's offensive plan, though his injury history and recent struggles add some risk. Overall, he's seen as a solid short-term option who will compete, but he's not a guaranteed long-term answer.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's a good fit for a hospital. That's what he's a good fit for. All them concussions he had.
Well, you got to ask yourself, how much risk is too much risk? When are you going to finally say that my body, my brain, my later in life, because we're older. I'll be 50 in about less than a month. And I tell you how my knees feel, my shoulders feel every day.
He won't have to tell you to take another hit and then fuck around and put him in the hospital.
But I'm even looking at later in life, even if he doesn't get a hit, you got to imagine how many concussions or hits you take before you even get into college, before you even get into, you know what I'm saying, into the league, and then you get in the league. So that's a lot. I mean, you got to think about it. In high school, everybody's trying to knock your head off. If you're in Pee Wee, people are trying to knock your head off.
The parents teach you, and the coaches teach you that you got to tackle this way. Then when you get into all the politics of it in college.
Man, so that's crazy. So Tua is over there. Now, y'all saw Michael Jordan just win 3. They won the little Daytona 500, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I remember we talked about it.
Yeah. So NASCAR, how do you feel about NASCAR? I like going to the events. I like going to the races. It's fun. My boy used to have a spot in the infield. We used to be in this bus converted into it was basically a party bus you were in there. It was crazy. You when you're sleeping in the middle of this thing.
Wait a minute, is that what's happening here?
Texas Motorsport.
Yeah, is that no?
Well,
But
Daytona 500 is
in Arlington. Oh, that's what that is.
No, Daytona's in Daytona.
No, I'm saying, what is this day? Oh, Formula racing. I'm assuming in Arlington, the one that they converted.
That's Formula One. If I'm not mistaken, the Formula One.
Okay,
Yeah. It's not going to be stock car. It's going to be Formula One. You watch races at all, or what?
Just a little bit more into drag racing. I went to.
yeah, I like drag racing. Yeah,
Drag racing.
Yeah,
Man, I'm telling you, it takes a lot of heart to do that. You're driving, and then you got to trust everybody else on the road
so
too.
he's just talking about racing in general.
Car races, period.
Well, motorcycles too.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, from loving of.
Horrible accidents.
Yeah. If you don't have those brackets on the back with those wheels, you're gonna fly in the air. If you're doing the drag racing, man, you're doing the other stuff. I don't know.
Imagine how much oil how much gas they use,
Oh yeah.
and they go for octane, some crazy number, the highest.
I'm sure they got nitro and some of that stuff too.
So, man, I tell you what, there's a lot. You got to look at a lot of risk, especially when you get older, man. I didn't realize getting old, you take everything for granted. You start looking, when I was a kid, we see the Life Alert commercials, we laugh at, I fall and I can't get up. Then your ass damn near falls, you're like, you know what? They got a bargain on those little bracelets. You know what I'm saying?
Bracelet. They got a little necklace. So what's that?
Yeah, you gotta have that.
I've seen ads.
They call
ads.
what's that called? Something alert. One
Life alert.
life alert.
Yeah, life alert. Then you have your life lock, and
Oh yeah.
you got all. I mean, you got all your little toys.
Well,
Yeah.
I think now these days all is been built into the watches, like your smartwatches, your Apple Watch. It can detect your fall. And
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Can the phones do it? Is there a program that you can?
I'm pretty sure a phone does it too. But one time I was just doing push-ups and my watch started I fall.
did it?
I fell. So it gave me an alert. Hey, are you okay? So it has a timer of 10 seconds. If I don't respond, it will call 911.
Oh wow.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude.
That's wild. That is wild. Okay, speaking of watches and stuff like that, robots in your home. I would think about that. Would you consider a bipedal robot, or would you prefer a robot that just rolls around?
I prefer, you know what? I don't mind having a humanoid in my house.
Really, that's kind of spooky. I think.
No, what's spooky about it?
Okay,
I look at our robot, the movie, and think that shit really could happen.
But that's the movie.
I think I have a hard time
Yeah,
trusting
that's
something that
what I'm
can choke me while I'm asleep. You know, I'm not worried about the Roomba getting on the bed and be like, it's our kid. You know, I don't have to worry about that. A glitch in its programming. The worst it's going to do is hit my ankle. But I'm just thinking Iron Man 3. Tony's having a nightmare.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Pepper wakes up and his arm is right over her and he grabs her. So that's what I'm thinking. I mean, imagine people already hack shit as it is. So you imagine somebody hacking a robot and they're walking around your house. You're thinking it's just a robot being a robot. It's burning somebody from
Look at all of your.
looking just you know what I mean?
I don't think I want one in my house.
I mean, that is a possibility. Hackers. But you also have to think that cybersecurity also keep up with the technology. You know, as technology advanced, yeah, you get more hackers.
yeah, but cybersecurity is all about Bob comes to work and is not having a good day. Bob just found out he's getting laid off. Bob doesn't care anymore. Example, CDK, what, a year, 2 years ago, CDK gets hacked in the car business, shuts down dealerships for weeks because they hacked it and took over it. Yeah, cybersecurity is fantastic, but at the same time, I tell people all the time, where there's somebody creating a lock, there's somebody building something to break that lock.
Well, man, you were just talking about DHS not paying these guys right now.
Right.
And they got to be the ones to check the people to get on the plane. If you ain't paying me, bro, don't take them off. Leave that bum in there. Get on the plane. I don't care.
But he's not lying. When
That's
they came back
crazy.
from Atlanta, the last time they had the shutdown, they were like, you ain't got to take your shoes off, just letting us just roll through, basically.
So you could carry anything.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. You're only as good. I mean, they had a dog that just walked around in a circle, and hopefully the dog picks up. Other than that, when they're taking those shoes off.
The dog said, I need money to buy treats and my.
I mean, okay, listen. The idea of taking the shoes off, at the airport when we have this advanced technology that scans your whole body, why are we still taking the shoes off?
I don't know, maybe it was something in the souls.
Somebody got sold, and they got to have a reason to have the machine. They didn't spend all this money for it. Bro, think about it. You're going to get some usage out of it. I don't know if you spent $10 million to fill it back. What are you going to do with it? You've had it so long, it's not like you can go back and trade it in. You can't resell it anymore. So basically, I'm going to use it until they tell us not to use it because you just spent $10 million for it. You have to.
It's even crazy, though, if they tell you to get on the plane and not check your laptops. They don't know what's in that bag. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not getting paid, and all these checks I was doing while you was paying me, you expect me to continue to do it now? Bro, don't put that laptop through the x-ray machine.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to ask Dave how good.
I'm saying that's some lazy ass motherfuckers. I think robots will do a better job.
Well, that's why people losing their jobs.
Well, but you also got to think like this, though.
Because everybody like you.
But you gotta understand something.
Now,
A lot of it also is about intrusion. Okay, if the robot is doing the pat down, robots are still trying to figure out touch. You know, like you picking up that glass right now. If you pick it up too hard, it's going to squash and go everywhere. If you pick it up too soft, it's going to fall out your hand. So you got to figure.
there are robots that can do that.
Think about it, but they have it. Think about if you have your kids with you or your wife. The robot's rubbing all on your kids. They're still trying to get people just to get to wrap their mind around it. You know what I'm saying?
Having a backup camera.
Yeah, but the backup camera don't touch you.
No, but I'm just saying it's the same thing.
I didn't walk you through the radar is one thing.
It's the same thing as, do I want to turn around and look? Because you used to turn around, or do you trust that backup camera? It's just like trusting a robot. Do I just trust the robot do what he's designed to do? Or do I just watch the robot because I don't trust it?
Your car has a backup camera.
Yeah.
So what do? Do you still turn around?
Every now and then I find myself turning around, but the camera's right there. It's happened.
But how often do you do it?
I don't know. I don't take, analytics on how many times I turn around. But I know I do it sometimes.
So sometimes, right? But most of the time, you rely on the camera.
Right, because my mind is being trained to do that now. But think how long it took me just to get to that point. Before the federal government said, you know what, all cars are required to have backup cameras. They had to get to a certain point before they said that. They said that, They had to vote on that shit. So before then, it was probably still feeling the way I'm feeling.
Well, I tell you what, since I've been in the car business longer than both of you motherfuckers, I was there when it all came into inception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, when I got into business, backup cameras hadn't even been thought of yet like that. I mean, you can maybe high lines, like the real high line, you can get.
They were in the military already.
Well, in the military, of course, but we're saying here, when the public, when I got in the car business, people were still wanting ABS until like brakes was an option. You can get people to be like, "Hey, man, I don't want that ABS. I'd rather be able."
Did you ever get people to tell you they didn't want power windows, power locks?
Yeah, people didn't want power. Yeah, people were like, I don't care, just give me a 5-speed roll-up window.
But did they prefer that?
Yeah. Some people didn't trust power windows.
That's what I was going to say. Even if the prices were the same, they said,
all the tech that you see, which is wild, all the tech that you see, people, they're always on the fence on one side or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like when everything started transitioning from cassettes to CDs.
Yeah.
I was in there. Well, I was in there because at one point they were having, you would get the car, it came with both.
Mm.
After a while, then the 1996 Eclipse going into 97, they took out the cassette player.
Mm-hmm.
So you had customers, look at all my cassettes. What am I going to do with all these cassettes? And they were upset. And
they were saying you could convert the cassettes onto the CDs. They had a little
but they didn't have. But you gotta have the technology. Nobody that name. How many people in your name and your family had that cassette to CD system?
Oh, not many.
Exactly. So now you have a guy who was like, man. So what it did was it forced you to rebuy music again. It kind of re-energized the music industry because you have like, oh, I want this album, but I can't play it in my car because my car don't take no CDs. I mean, don't take no cassettes. So now you got to go back to Blockbuster and buy the CD, and now once you play it, you're happy. And especially when it's way better. Then on top of that, because you remember that CD, that tape will get warped after a while. It's stretched because you're rewinding it, or if it started getting chewed up inside the cassette.
Oh, that affected the whole play.
Yeah, you understand? So I was there when the CD started coming out, so people started, get used to that because then I realized that I could skip around on the CD without effortlessly.
I think I came in when they said when people didn't have the CDs anymore, then they said you could just plug your phone in and play your app.
No, it wasn't still that yet. It was your MP3. Yeah. And at the same time.
No, I said when I came in.
That's what I'm saying. When you came in, that's when we started doing MP3, and that's when we started doing the you're able to take the flash drive and stick it in there. Phones hadn't got to that point yet because the programming still wasn't there like we wanted.
Do people listen to radio in the car?
Nah, not real.
Yeah, they do good. But Nina listened to her. She rather had that. I have XM. She rather listen to the radio because she liked the commercials. She said, "Yo, radio don't do the commercials."
This is what I do. First thing I get in my car, I plug my phone for the music. I don't even know like radio.
Listen, see, and I want to know. Now I got a question.
Because think about these disco jockeys on the radio.
Hey, Dan, in 2013.
Yeah.
What was for Toyota's entertainment system, like the radio? Did they still have CD players, or were they transitioning over to MP3 and
Apple Play?
Apple Play.
In 2013, most Toyota models still had CD players as a standard feature. However, they were definitely transitioning into more digital media. Many models had USB ports for MP3 playback, and some even offered Bluetooth streaming. Apple CarPlay hadn't been released yet. It officially rolled out in 2014, so that wasn't available at the time. But overall,
people plugging their phones up.
Exactly. By that time, you could definitely plug your phone in.
Internet, just talking up series.
Why is the radio calling you?
They want me to renew my subscription.
If you need any help figuring out if it's worth it, I'm here.
Tell me, Dave, what year was it the backup camera became law?
2017.
You've got it. In the US, it became mandatory for all new vehicles under 10,000 pounds to have backup cameras starting in May 2018. The rule was
What's it again?
the law required backup cameras. Since then, every new vehicle's had one.
When was the first backup camera put into a car?
The Soar, which was sold in Japan. The first widely available backup camera in the US was in the 2002 Infiniti Q45.
Who was the last to adopt a backup camera?
It's hard to name a single last automaker since by the time the 2018 deadline hit, everyone had to comply. But typically, some budget or lower volume models from smaller brands were the last to fully integrate. By 2018, though, all major brands were aligned.
What's the average gas price right now?
Man, it fluctuates a lot.
Well, Dave is right here. What's the average gas price right now, Dave?
March 11th, 2026, average gas price in the U.S. is about $3.57.8 per gallon. This increase is connected to ongoing global tensions and supply chain issues.
Wow.
So okay, since we on the subject, this Iran war,
Hey, cut that off. A minute.
this Iran war.
Mhm.
What do y'all think about that?
So what?
What do y'all think about that?
Why don't you like Dave, man? I was like,
Well, we try to have a little podcast. Can't let Dave answer all the damn
well,
questions.
Dave can keep us right.
So do you think like we just bullies and we want all the oil?
I mean, I don't even want to wade into that because, you know, it can go so many ways. There's so much bad blood between everybody. It's ridiculous. It's, you know, you got one point we were selling them weapons to fight one thing, then all of a sudden, so in this particular age, I wouldn't doubt it, but at the same time, again, there's a lot of bad blood. There's a lot of stuff that you don't see that we already know happens. You know, one person says, you know, you guys are mad because why are we going to war with them? And, you know, you're getting people killed, where another person saying, well, you guys were saying that when they killed 35,000 protesters like a month ago. And so, you know,
Here's a question for both of you. Do you think we have too many rights in this country?
Too many rights.
no.
I think
What's too many rights?
So the reason I asked that, because I was talking to someone one day and they was telling me they thought we had too many rights. And I said, why is that? Because you have the right to say one thing and I have the right to say something else, which causes conflict. And that's why we have so much conflict among each others. Because your right, I may not agree with it. But because I have the right to not agree with it, now I'm the bad guy.
Well, no, that's you just pick and choose your thing, whether you're right or wrong. I mean,
For
it's
real.
not about rights. The thing about it is, you got to look at it this way.
Well, it's like a parent saying, I got the right to tell my kid at 3 years old they're gonna be a boy.
Mm.
And you may say that's not a good right. You shouldn't look at it that way. They should give them a chance to choose.
I get your point.
Everybody have a right to do
to their opinion.
right. And so when you have so many rights, it seems like it does cause
But
conflict.
the problem is, this is a slippery slope. Is what rights do you stop off at?
Yeah.
Which when you say we won't allow those, we'll stop there, so somebody gets screwed.
Right. Well, I'm not saying we have too many rights, but I'm asking you that question. Do you think we have too many rights?
I think that we just have too many laws and policies to keep up.
I think. I mean, but every villain thinks they're a good guy, even no matter what. Look
Yeah.
at my shirt I have on. Based upon Thanos, he thought because of supply and demand that the universe wasn't going to be based upon the MCU, that supply was not going to outlast the demand. So if you take the universe and cut it in half, it gives the rest of the universe a chance to thrive because now you have more than enough supplies for those. So, but in his mind, he was right. That was his opinion. He was right, and you know he's like, hey.
Okay, so like for instance, some people said that even though this man was wrong in Venezuela, he ran his country how he wanted to run. Then we didn't have the right to go and take this man from his country and bring him over here, hold him for trial.
Yeah.
If that's the case, that means somebody stronger than us to come take.
Well, that's right. Well, that's the thing. There is nobody that's
Trial.
strong enough to do that. And
Well, that's not even what the argument is. The argument is, if you can go do him like that, then who's to say Russia, when they won't be stronger than us, can come and do you the same way? Or some country do another country. I mean,
they do it all the time. I mean, the countries with the Ukraine war, it's the same shit. And the thing about it is, the reason why it won't happen here, because We have nukes. That's the only deterrent. That's the biggest deterrent is that nobody. Okay, you got to think about this. If you know that if you see you're walking barefoot, now you can walk barefoot over them rocks. You walk barefoot over this area. You know what it's okay, but you see an anthill. Go walk dead into the anthill. What happened? Stand in that motherfucker. You got a problem. So you know for a fact that's why you don't. That's why.
But it's not to say if somebody can or not. It's just the way of thinking, saying,
Well, so
if I think I can, I have the right to go do that.
according to that logic, though, then nobody's right and nobody's wrong.
No,
Whoever controls the stick usually is in the right. That's how it goes. It's just real. If I got a gun and you don't, who has more control of the situation?
Mhm.
Who has more, and that's the thing. We have nukes, so who's gonna run up besides China and Russia, who have nukes as well? So it's no use of us fighting each other. But now the other little countries, what are you gonna do? Why do you think they don't want other countries to have nukes? Because now you have a rogue. Okay, for example, you know how nukes work. It don't even matter if they even blow up and destroy shit. If you get a good EMP pulse, you're gonna crash our grid in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the big thing you got to look at is all the technology we have that everything is built upon. And you don't even take a destructor, just a bomb about how high does it have to be? Let me ask Dave. What's the because they had talked about it. And that's the true thing. It's like, man, you got to think about it. It's so easy to cripple us. And with everything like, okay, put it this way, Starlink.
we was talking about that.
Elon Musk decided, hey, we don't want you to use my system like this. He shut Ukraine down for like 24 hours.
He did Iran like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you give somebody that much control that they can shut off your entire everything and not give a damn, why do you think the U.S. government, Trump and them got mad at what's that AI company that
Cloud?
Claude. No, was it Claude?
It was
Yeah,
Claude.
Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't want to let them go. No, it was not Claude. It was the other one starts with the A.
I thought it was Claude. They're talking about OpenAI. They want to control it.
Dave, what AI program was the U.S. government that they decided to not use? What is it called again?
This government has evaluated several AI programs, but one notable example that was halted in development was called Maven.
No, I'm not asking about that. I'm asking about the deal that they just stopped. They had because the AI company didn't want the U.S. government to use it because of privacy purposes.
I see what you mean. That would be OpenAI's GPT models to pursue certain government or military contracts that didn't align with their policies, particularly where privacy or ethical concerns were at play. So that might
What's the company that just lost the multi-billion-dollar deal with the U.S. government?
company that recently lost a multi-billion-dollar deal with the U.S. government is Anthropic.
Anthropic.
Oh, aren't they the company that wanted to if a government was asking, we want to spy too much, and they were like, nah.
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm
can't have too
saying.
much spy.
Anthropic said no.
They want to be like
Anthropic said,
or any other state.
well, they wanted to be able to look up all their, because you got to remember what Trump never tried to do now. If you were coming to the country, they want to check your social media. They want to see where you
Oh, yeah.
They want to check all your stuff.
Mhm.
So with Anthropic, they were going to use it not only, think of it, they're actually, Anthropic will be basically Skynet. Will basically become Skynet. Control. They want them controlling military vehicles. As a matter of fact, hold on. Hey, Dave, what was the breakdown of that deal? Why did Anthropic want to back out of that deal?
It's worth up to $200 million to use their AI model in national security. However, the deal fell apart because Anthropic refused to allow its AI to be used for autonomous weapons or mass surveillance. The Pentagon wanted no such restrictions, and as a result, Anthropic was labeled a supply chain risk and effectively blacklisted from future defense contracts.
Well, good for him.
You got to think it like that.
Good for them.
I mean, government works in a way of if you don't do it, someone will.
Well, and that's why OpenAI called it, because they went in and was going to do it. And then they started catching heat from the same people talking about, we're going to do it because Anthropic, you want to run it and get. You got to think about this. If you have AI smart drones, that means that drone can just sit there and wait at your door like, this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
This motherfucker.
It's all about money, bro. That's all it is.
I mean, at the end, though, it's money and power.
Yeah, that's all it is, man. Money. Just like Elon Musk was just saying, he's a trillionaire. He can do whatever he wants financially. He can pretty much do whatever he wants now, period, because he got so much money. And most people are going to bow down to him or kiss his ass because he got money.
And he's soon OpenAI right now.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Well, because OpenAI wants to generate profit. OpenAI came in as a nonprofit. And what happened was they fucked up and didn't realize how big it was going to be. Now look where you're stuck. So they're trying to reclassify themselves. And Elon and them are like, nah, you picked this space for a reason. That's why you're able to get in where you got in. But now you got there and realized you missing even a lot of money on the table. Nah, you can't change that. You can't change your.
Yeah. And he's the one who helped build OpenAI, all the Chat GPT model.
Don't he have his own? It's what's
Grok.
Grok. That's the funniest, craziest name I've ever heard. But
Well, I mean, that
works. It works for him.
Info Grok. But that's, you know what I'm saying? But you got to look at it. How much power can one company have?
Too much.
At the end of the day, you have a company that can control turning your lights on, turn your lights off, cut your car off, cut your car on,
Too much.
cut your communication completely off.
But you know why? Because people, they saw an opportunity to make money with them. And people saw an opportunity to make money by bowing down to them.
Well, you have to think like this. Something somebody said the other day. You know, back in the day, you used to be able to buy CDs, buy DVD, watch the movies and stuff like that. Now everything you buy is a stream. So if I buy a movie, I have to buy it on Amazon. But if I don't pay my Amazon account, I don't have my movie anymore, even though I paid for the movie. See what I'm saying? So it's like you're stuck.
You're renting it.
Yeah, you're renting it. So now you're stuck in this model where no matter what you do, you don't have any ownership anymore. And if you look at even with our phones, you know what I'm saying? You know, people say our phones are always listening to us. Of course they are now, especially now that we can't take the batteries out.
Yeah.
You used to be able to take your battery out, and now you can't take your battery out.
Yeah.
Now it's just it's on all the time. Even if you power it off, it's still
That
on.
was the deal the government made with the phone company.
You know, so you got it's
You think government is involved in
of course.
Bro,
You
yes.
can't do anything without the government, bro.
Yes.
Who do you think runs it again? The tail does not wag the dog. The companies that build this shit are the tail. The government is the dog. Because the government can say, no, your shit's outlawed. Now what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So
Why do you
I
think
think
there's-
he's the big dog first.
Why do you think there are certain vehicles aren't here? Like China makes a lot of better vehicles.
China and Japan.
Make way better vehicles than the cars we have here. But they know if they import those cars in, it's going to kill it's going to kill the U.S. market.
Kill Ford, shit.
It's going to kill them dead. But if you go to Canada, you can get the Chinese models. Chinese models are crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They're nice.
And then we come here, you
Less
get
expensive. I mean, beautiful inside.
been in the car business. Americans, before I got to Mercedes, you would have thought the Model T was the only car. But when you find out, Mercedes was driving in the 1800s. The Model T was only good because it was cheap to build and it stayed around a lot longer than it should. It was a piece of shit. But you know, if you don't allow, it's about information. If I don't let you know there's anything else out there, then guess what? But people started shipping in cars from other countries, like from Germany or whatever, coming back. Well, check out this because the rich could do that. Then you start seeing there's a market for it. Like what Eric Dyson said, he was saying that he was saying that the roads were built by the military because the car companies encouraged them to do it, but the government did it because the car companies so they could drive. So they closed them on that you need these roads. You see what I'm saying? So why else would you have? Look how many highways, freeways, streets. You have so much. Why do you need that? Because of the vehicles. Horses were able to transgress that type of terrain easier. You know what I'm saying? But you have a market. Whenever our countries or whatever your civilization sees a market, they're going to exploit that market. That's why you won't see cures and people keep stuff away from people. Like you're like, listen, when I was in California, you thought everybody in Texas was carrying a sidearm or, a six shooter and said howdy.
Yeah.
Because that's the information that's funneled
It's
our
like Africa.
Yeah, you've been to other countries, you're from other countries, and you see how different it is in every which way. And what's portrayed to you in our world. Because you gotta understand, everybody wants to make their shit seem like it's the best.
Yeah.
Like when we went to a dealership, oh, this is the best paid plan you're ever gonna get, this is the best store, you'll never want to go anywhere else. Why? Because if you tell them, man, across the street is way better, everybody's leaving your shit.
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell somebody, come over here, it's a shithole. You're gonna be like, hey, this is nice. These guys do 40 cars a month. Yeah, 2 guys do 40 cars. Everybody else does 5 and 6.
Right. 2 cars.
And the guys that are doing the 40 been here since the store opened. And they were GMs at one time at the store, so they have all the codes to the computer. So they go in there. That's my customer. Remember that customer in the back? That's my customer. I met them. I was at one store where if they got sold twice, that's their customer for life.
Really?
No matter what. If you sold a customer twice, No matter who came in, that was your deal. But even if you did the whole deal, they should just get a deal over him. Full deal.
That's not. I haven't still.
Not even half.
I mean, people
Not,
stay,
no, not even half.
listen, how many people stayed at that store? Because if you
Well,
got a
it
team
made-
that's been there for
but what
20
it did,
years,
though-
I might not ever been up that
But what it did was it made people stop taking it up. Like, okay, you work with him, and they would just abandon the up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Unless the salesperson was like, yeah, go, you can have. That's the only way. But you had to tell him that's your customer that you sold 2 cars to. Hey, a boss wants to buy a car.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even know a boss was even at the store. But you're like, a boss, hey man,
There
boss
was
was a good
I
fight.
said Grapevine Toyota. I can see that. And I don't want to sell them, but I can see those guys out there
Dude,
go at it. Go at it. And you told them that.
dude, I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was crazy. And like classic Chevrolet.
I can't see that happening.
At certain Chevy stores, that's how it was. But that makes your salespeople stay. It makes it keep people from jumping from store to store.
I see that.
Classic Chevrolet is what we call a retirement store. Where you go there and you be like, dude, they treat you good. You know what I'm saying? You can make good money. You know what I'm saying? They don't work you to death. But it's a great little system. I mean, you know, but they have their rules. Every store has their traditions.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Only way you don't get those traditions if you go to a store that's owned by a corporation like Sonic or something.
Mhm.
But the privately owned stores, it's their world. It's still their city. Not as many as it used to be because everybody got old.
Mhm.
Everybody's got known. A lot of people's kids.
Laying them in the ground.
Not only that,
Was
some of the
dope.
kids or didn't want it. Yeah. And the thing about it is sometimes these people are getting prime money to finally get out the business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, when I got in the car business, it was no corporations like that. It was just everybody was family owned stores. Fred Oakley, you have you know what I'm saying, Reliable with their family. Everybody had their what's wrong?
Oh, I just been worried.
Everybody had their own stores, you know what I'm saying? And they kept it in the family.
Mm-hmm.
That was an heirloom. They passed down from stores, you know, family members. But usually they had a son or a daughter that was really in the business. Like every car guy's son that's in the game was wearing the chicken suit, as they call it.
Mm.
He had to wear the chicken suit and be out there waving their cars because their father's going to make them come up a different way. But these new generations, they ain't trying to deal with that
Yeah.
because to them, I mean, unless they're like Clay's kids, that are Clay Cooley's kids who are bred into the thing and they just love it, eat, sleep, drink. But a lot of these kids are so modern, being stuck in one place. They see this new jet setting life and they want to live that lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, lived up.
you got kids even think about it. If you left on your schedule at 5 o'clock, you would have just getting fired every day. You better work, mate. It wasn't no hourly work. You should shift work if you want to. That's what they call it. Oh, you a shift worker. Oh, we're gonna let you go.
Damn.
Why'd you leave at 5? Is all off at 5? Okay, how many cars you got out?
So you better get your ass to open to close.
Bell to bell. You open and close. Where else you got to be?
Damn.
That's what they say. Where else you got to be?
And then you see them go out the door at 6.
Dude, bro, when you call their name, don't even look back at you. They boy like a scolding dog. Just, hey, Bill, Bill hears you because any other time you say Bill name, Bill comes to you. Bill is be like,
Yeah.
dude, we used to do each other dirty. We used to do each other dirty. Like we try to sneak out when we get on the intercom. Hey, Kurt, where you going? Kurt, you got a customer, Kurt. Come to the desk.
That's what it's got.
Bro, we used to do each other dirty, dude. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Kevin Foster, come to the sales desk. You have a customer, Kevin. You ever come in and the junior of the sales manager, like, where are you going? Where were you going?
Okay.
What? Oh man. It was dirty. You just sit there, just do somebody dirty. Like, hey, where you going?
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not leaving yet.
So what was the hours back in the day?
Shit. Okay, when I first got in the car business, Don Herring, it was 9 to 6. Monday through Saturday. No, Monday through Friday it was 9 to 9. We got 9 to 6, and then you had 12 to 9.
Fridays.
No, 12. You had 2 shifts, A and B shift. A shift, one day you come on, early, late. Early shift was 9 to 6. Late shift was 12 to 9. Now Saturday at my first store, Don Herring, it was 9 to 6 all day. The store closed at 6. Then I was at a store that was from 8 to 10, Monday through Saturday. And they didn't give us any days off during the week. Shit on you, you know who it is. But so 8 to 10 every day.
Mm-hmm.
and they would sit there and play gospel music all day, drink tea. And then they would also let all the salespeople pencil their own deals. Even if you were a rookie, you didn't know how to pencil deals. You had to sit at the computer and learn how to work a deal. Then, not only did you have to learn how to work a deal, you had to know how to appraise a car. If you had never been taught how to appraise a car, so you had people putting in all kind of money in cars that they shouldn't have. Wholesalers will not even come by our store. You know who we're talking about. But the stores, it was, oh my goodness. It was, the general manager couldn't read. It was, you know what I'm saying? And then it was crazy.
Car business is vicious, man. I've seen like
Nah, you ain't seen this.
Like,
nah,
bro, GM's getting popped.
Well, that's the car business. What your version of the car business bullshit. That's like the NFL now. Can't hit anybody across the middle. Can't hit the quarterback. When I got in the game, like I told you, there wasn't no HR. You just get into a fight, physical fist fight. There wasn't no fucking. What are you gonna tell? There wasn't no HR. We have HR departments until 2000.
Ain't that crazy?
It was the accounting department and the owner, and then the GM.
They don't give a fuck.
Bruh, you grown ass man. Who am I? If y'all got a problem, take it to the back of the store. I don't give a fuck about all that. That's what you tell you. I don't give a fuck what y'all do in the back of the store. Just make sure your ass up here to sell a car. That's all he cared about. I don't give a shit what y'all do. As long as you in here and catch one of these customers. Simple as it get. You got them big shit at each other. As long as somebody here covering the floor. And that's what it was. Nowadays, cussing, drinking, everything was there. Matter of fact, like I told you, when you got in the car business, if you didn't have a vice, they didn't want to hire you. They don't want nobody that got to motivate. We have all these fucking meetings. We have all these rah-rah meetings. Child support was your rah-rah meeting. You know what I'm saying? Your crack habit was your sales meeting. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem. You want to go to the strip clubs. You got an alcoholic. Those are your motivators right there. That's what it was. It wasn't no, hey, guys, we got to get in here, Sosa. Dude, nah. Hey, homie, you know the motherfuckers is coming. You got 2 wives. You that dude, it was so crazy. And you got to understand, so you didn't have all the hand holding like you had now. When you got in the game, there wasn't no training. There wasn't no training like they got now. Like you go to a store now, they're going to sit you down, have all the nah. Yeah. They put you with an old dog. He was getting half of your deal until you finally figured out how to do it on your own. Every time. Yo. They would say the same thing. They would be like, hey, you're going to be working with him. All right. So every time you get it, he'll tell you, just go out there, stand out there on the point. And bring every customer you get, just bring them here to me. Yeah. And that's it. You don't know, okay, what do I say? No, don't start thinking. Yeah. Just say, hello, how you doing? Come on in. And introduce them to me, and I'll tell you, go get the keys in the car.
That's how your boy Jack did me when I first got Toyota. What's the white guy?
Jack Mitchell.
Yep. He did me like that. I sold a car, a van. I had watched enough people, and I sold one. And they said, Jack, come over here with paperwork. I'm like, I can figure it out. They got to do it. Reading. Yeah, nah, I got you. He was so happy. I said, oh, this dude really want to help me.
No.
Next time I know this joke, you're getting half of my. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
That's so ours deal?
Yeah. So it was a 10-pounder. My first deal. And he was getting half.
You won't make it 10 pounds.
No, it was a 10-pounder deal. And I think I got like $1,500, but with them, it's going to be $750. So I argued with him and argued with Preston. And then I had to go to, it wasn't Shannon. I forgot who the guy's name was. But anyway, they finally said, all right, Will, if you don't want no help, we're going to give you the whole deal and don't ask nobody for help.
Yeah.
And I didn't, but people still helped me.
Yeah, still helped me.
And people still helped me. But I was like, how the hell he come, just fill out the credit out and he gets $750? Man,
they did me dirty over there. My first ever deal, right? I didn't know how to work this fucking system. Right, and I pulled up customer. Like, I pulled the customer phone. You know, if they already have a profile, it pops up. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't gotta build nothing, so I just went with it. After I finished the deal, it was a split.
But I mean, I get what they was trying to do, but I was like, wait a minute, dude. I know I'm new to this, but I ain't new to this.
But that motherfucker so trifling. They give me a whole deal on the board.
Yeah, but you don't get the money.
But I don't get the money.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
That's the way the system is.
And I'm taking a picture with the customer and everything. Give them like, hey, listen, I got this going on. And damn, yeah, that's the messed up.
It really is, man.
But yeah, car business is coming.
It is, man.
It's a different world. But I tell you what, though, it made me a man. when I was there, like, because now these days everybody's so soft.
Oh yeah, everybody is. Yeah.
Even as a
That's what I'll tell you. All these rights come in. I got the right to do this. I got the right to do that.
yeah, in this new society we live in.
Mhm.
Don't touch me. I'm like, nah, I'm like, but when I went to carpet that came out, I'm like, if my mind thing is possible, I can do it.
Absolutely.
It's more like how do I find loopholes? How do I find ways to get it done? Just
Yep.
but yeah, that's what it is.
It is, man. Now I was looking at these new broadcasts yesterday, news broadcasts, and it was talking about all the things to going against the Jews and everything. And I feel bad for anybody who has to go through racism or separatism or whatever you want to call it. I feel bad because me of all people, we know about all that. The only thing I hate though is when people try to make certain groups seem more important than others. Like, did we forget about when the slaves were here and how they went through all that stuff? But you don't hear people speak up for that like you hear them speak up for, this group of people. This group of people, it's like, okay, when we was going through it, nobody said nothing. The cops whooping our ass and shooting us and running in our house and hanging us and all this. Not too many people said nothing. They like, oh man, that's them. Then this group of people, now they're going through some stuff and everybody want to take up. I'm like, dude, people are people. No matter who you are, we should be taking up for everybody. It shouldn't be just one group of people. You should be taking up for this person or this group of people, just like you take up for this group of people. That's where all this separatism comes into play. Ain't no group of people better than nobody else.
That's true, but it's
the boss.
it's the mentality.
Well, that's the problem.
That's what it is.
That's the problem.
I'm better than the boss.
Because you got this one group of people who said this group is people. We got to look out for this group of people, but this group of people, not so much.
I think we do call ourselves that we are not animal, we human rights and all of that, but at the end we still act as animals.
We
You know
do.
what I'm saying? Like hyenas,
Yeah.
they stay in their herd. Wolves, stay with their packs. Nobody like intermingling.
But here's the thing.
commingling with.
If you go out to that cemetery, other than that name, you ain't gonna be able to tell those people apart.
Yeah,
All you're gonna see is bones.
bro.
If they're white bones, black bones, Jewish bones, Indian bones, Mexican bones, they ain't gonna say the name. It's just gonna be white bones when you go to the cemetery.
Yeah.
So in other words, that's how you're gonna be recognized. Ain't nobody gonna know you apart. Nobody. If you mess around, dig all those bones up and throw them all in the air, mix them up, you ain't gonna know one bone from another. You ain't gonna know what race that was and what race that was unless you do DNA. But other than that, you ain't gonna know.
That's crazy.
But while we're alive, people wanna separate. They wanna do all that craziness.
But my question is, what's the end? Let's say you reach a certain level. That is like the power 10 level. I don't know what's the end level is. What is that you want after that?
The whole thing you should want is just to be happy that your family is safe, your friends are safe, you got money where you can take care of yourself, you can do what you want to do without harming somebody else. You should be on that type of level. Instead of, I got this much money, so I'm gonna use it against to hurt this person, or I'm gonna use it against whatever. It should be you're happy with your family and your friends, and you can enjoy life. That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
What's in your water?
That's so.
Okay.
Right, put that down, bro.
I was like, because he had got up and got his water. I forgot he had a soda too. You got your water bottle. Okay, see.
Yeah, but that should be the end game. That should be, but it's not. Some people are just greedy. I remember my Dilsip Neal said, "Man, greed is hell." Greed. I said, "Oh, it ain't. That's one of the 7 deadliest sins, greed." And he was like, "Oh, greed is." I said, "You know what? Overthinking. You think greed is because we win a competitive market? I guess that's how you look at it. But my thing is, okay, after you get all the money in the world, what do you do with it? Because you ain't taking it to the ground with you. You're not going to take that money to the ground. You got to take that money and share it with people you love and enjoy it.
I think it's power.
Or the power don't go into the ground with your name.
Certain type.
You can only have so much power before you die, bro.
Yeah.
And then that power ends above ground,
Yeah.
just like everything else.
But see, you think like that, but they still want power.
They want it, but
The greed of power, or
they just get blinded by the greed, bro. Just like this, for example. Me and Benita, we have this conversation sometimes. Okay, why? And you said the answer just now. But why do you think a billionaire, a millionaire, people that got all the money they could possibly have want to go and run for a job in politics that's only going to pay them a certain amount? I'm a millionaire, but I'm going to go run for this office, going to pay me $200,000. Why? Why do I want the stress? Why do I want that stress for $200,000 and have being scrutinized by every camera there is that's a news media type folk? Why would I want that? And you just said it. Power and greed. That's the only reason I could think of. That's the only reason I could think of. People say, oh, I get in because I want to help my constituents. I want to help my neighborhoods. No, you don't. You want to help yourself. Look at all the corruption we see with these people.
Yeah.
Everybody getting caught stealing, giving deals to other people that ain't got no business having deals, putting people in positions that you have no business being in, or doing all this other stuff, and saying, well, it's helping. No, you're not. We didn't vote for those people to be in those positions. You know why you put these people in these positions. It's just sad that we look at that, and then you have the people that look at it and turn a blind eye. And then the first thing they want to say is, well, I'm here to help my fellow Americans. No, you're not. Because if you would have said something about what that guy is doing, but you didn't. Until it affects you, then you gotta come out there and say something about it.
Okay, it looks like the entire sound like two old men talking about the same shit. So what let's talk about.
Oh, there's somebody out there agreeing with it.
Yeah, I know. And for the other 2,050 million people that's talking about
250 million.
Okay.
shit, I'm just saying.
How about advice? Someone trying to make some money. Where should they start?
Have an idea.
You had experience, Kurt.
Just have an idea. You gotta have an idea. You gotta think outside the box. That's the first thing. If you can't do that, then you're gonna have a problem. So that's the first thing. You gotta be able to think outside the box, and at the same time, you gotta be literally relentless. You can't be, on that bullshit, hoping it's just gonna fall into your lap. But hell. What's up on GTA? You been watching about that?
Yeah, November. I don't know, November. Maybe allegedly.
Have you tried Armor yet?
Armor Core?
No, Armor.
No. I haven't played video games.
The market closes that. What are you doing?
When I have the opportunity.
What do you do on the other side after the market's closed? What do you do? So you're studying stocks every day. That's what you do. You just sit there like, you know what? After press 19th, I'm fixing to check the NASDAQ. What are we doing? What the fuck? You don't eat. You're like, I'm not going to eat because I got to watch the market. What the fuck is wrong?
Yo, listen. You know what? What I found out is this is my philosophy.
Oh, fine.
Now, hear me out.
Based upon what?
Well, you want to hear this too.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm about to share some wisdom, guys.
he's got wisdom.
Wait, 10. Go ahead.
Here's my philosophy. Imagine everybody is in the jungle and a lion chasing them. Okay, but a bunch of people.
The lion chasing
Hold on, stop interrupting, bro. A lion is chasing you
the jungle or the person.
in the jungle.
Chasing the person in the jungle.
People. There's a bunch of people.
In the jungle. And the lion is chasing them. I'm clarifying, bro. We got a lion, not chasing the jungle, but chasing the people in the jungle. Okay, why are the people in the jungle?
Can I speak, man?
I just asked the question.
Okay, so imagine an open jungle. Okay, there's a tiger, lion, whatever you want to call
A rainy jungle or like a desert?
it. Man,
I'm trying. Okay, my man. Okay, that's so funny. I'm just saying.
All right, go ahead.
okay, so jungle, people, lion, tiger chasing.
Right.
I don't got it.
So tigers are problem.
Hold on,
You
hold on,
thought they don't even hunt
hold on.
together. Okay, fine.
I don't gotta outrun the lion. All I gotta make sure is how I outrun you. I just gotta be faster than you, cause
So that's your philosophy.
lion gonna get whoever's closest.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's called being slower than the last.
No, that's what it is.
He said, I have philosophy. Futurism ass. I thought you were giving me something I ain't never heard before.
That's
So you know when you breathe, you're still breathing. You get air in your lung. Bitch, we all know that.
No. But listen, all you gotta make sure is how do I step ahead? Like I just one step ahead. That's all.
So you basically saying,
Yeah, you're doing this. You're not even drinking. You're sober on this, right?
you saying basically, I got
Wow, makes me feel like I'm wasting my
Listen.
money up there. We should just, say, what's in there? Is that a Coca-Cola?
So basically, you saying, hey, I got to step on you to get to the top.
I ain't gotta step on you. I just gotta outrun you,
Well, you got to run me, but
and then the line can get you.
right.
But what about the tire? The tire's faster than the line.
It's
The
only
tire's
one.
gonna get you too. But
know,
what if I trip you on the way down? If I slap your foot? You know what I'm saying? You slap his foot.
And the next thing was you pretty much saying you got to be a crab. I just got to pull you down so I can get ahead of you.
And that's what happened in the
No,
world. Like,
crabs ain't pulling down. Crabs just pull you down. You just down the barrel together. We actually fucking up all kind of stuff.
No, crabs. Have you ever seen crabs? I've seen plenty of crabs.
Crabs on the barrel, man. They gonna pull you down with them.
I've seen crabs pull other crabs down to try to get at the top.
And the other crabs just pull them back down again.
I've seen.
well, yeah, that's
I've seen crabs get out. I've seen crabs get out of stuff.
Yeah, crabs you get out of stuff. That's terrible.
They do. They do. You see them get out in pots of hot waters.
Hey, you know what I got a question?
Why not smoke?
Their shell is a different color but when you boil them, it turns orange.
Because they're clean. The fuck, man.
I'm saying that's alchemy, yo. That's magic.
It's called cleaning your ass. If you run out rolling dirt, take your ass a shower, you're not gonna have the dirt on you no more, right? So imagine you're stuck in the ocean. There's nowhere to bathe because you're stuck in the same shit every day. But imagine taking you out that environment and putting you into an entirely different environment and washing you with entirely different water and cleaning you. Now we know what you look like. You know,
I know what you're saying because if you put them in hot water, that water's cooking that shit.
no, it's not even just
Yeah.
You can take a saltwater crab, put it in fresh water. It's still gonna be blue.
It's still
It's still gonna be a blue crab.
nah.
If you add that heat to him, he's gonna change. He's gonna change.
Actually, if you just put salt, that's why you have saltwater perch, tree perch.
We got saltwater crabs.
Like crawfish, they come out black. You put them in hot salt water, and they purge them. So now all of a sudden they turn red.
Well,
It's called purging.
Oh,
So
so-
they're basically fucking clean. They're clean.
so the crabs in the ocean are clean because that's salt water.
No,
yeah. How they turn orange?
They turn orange from heat, from boiling water. That's how they turn.
They're no born with that, right? They're
No, they're not born orange, man. They're blue crabs. They're blue shells. They the blue, black, or red
Exactly.
shells.
Man, we ain't gonna fuck about no AI. What the?
bro, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna. I will not let no. Fuck no. You're not gonna make them shit like we're just gonna play ignorant because I need to eat.
Blue crabs don't
Oh.
turn orange and clean.
Okay, hold on. We got. Hey, Dave. Thank God you're here. Can you help us, Dave?
I'm right here with you. Whatever you need, just let me know and we'll tackle it together.
Okay, so a boss thinks that when you take a crab out of the ocean and you cook it, the shell of it turns orange as opposed to what the original color was. It's some form of alchemy. Can you explain to him how this process works, please?
It might seem like magic, but it's actually all chemistry. The shell's original color comes from pigments like astaxanthin, which are bound up in proteins. When you cook the crab, the heat breaks down those proteins, freeing the astaxanthin. Once freed, it shows up as that bright orange color. So no alchemy, just heat unlocking a natural pigment.
So exactly. So basically the crab was dirty and now it's clean.
Exactly. The crab wasn't dirty. Its natural shell color is just masked.
It
by
weren't dirty,
some
right?
elements of the
You
shell
heard that.
structure. Cooking simply releases that bright pigment.
It's just
More like
chemistry.
revealing what was already there.
You put that pigmentation.
Well, a boss thought it was magic and alchemy. So a boss was the dumb when you could agree.
That's funny.
Dave,
You get okay.
Dave,
Alchemy
don't.
is different than magic. Alchemy is more like wisdom, chemistry. Magic is just straight up like voodoo shit.
You're absolutely right. Alchemy historically was more like an early mix of science and philosophy, while magic is more about the fantastical. And hey, we've all got our moments. Sometimes the world surprises us.
Yeah,
Yeah, Curtis.
I got punched in the kidneys. A boss kicked in some philosophy that he borrowed from 2 days ago.
Okay, so let's stop there. So
How long have we known this? I'm tired.
No, listen. How did we get here?
Bro, that's for a whole new conversation. We'll save that for the next one. We're not fixing.
No. How did we get here?
I walked into the room, set my ass down right here. What else we got here? I walked.
No, on this plan.
Dude, we ain't fixing to go down that road today.
Bro.
We've had to know that we've already been doing this an hour and a half. We're not fixing.
Have we done up here forever now?
Yes, we have. We're not fixing to
Let's
start.
pray.
We're not fixing to start.
You think alien brought us over here?
Just do it here. Right. I need to go partake so that way if you want to come back and revisit this afterwards. We're not start to laugh. He doesn't look like a cliffhanger, you know. Right before you get ready to close, you pull up. I need 20 pizzas. Bitch, no. No. We're not fixing to order 20 pizzas before closing.
Kurt over here dodging the most important question.
I mean, shit. We're old enough to give you a real life account. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Jacob what?
Yo, is crab mammals or they lay eggs?
Long ass thing, bro.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for showing up. This is Will.